I'm sorry. I didn't see anyone on there. Last look.
I think those are both locked. I'll shut them off to start with their logo and doing all that stuff, but
Okay,
someone's loud, we got knocking.
gotcha. We opened up that shelf space.
Yeah, so. Yeah, he thought it was one of my starters, like that room's full, no, not that room, yeah, the other one.
Oh, perfect. I mean, I'm all. There's a spot back here.
I don't know, I told Laura about it the other day.
Okay, it's 9:03. Sorry that we are late. I will call the Harrison County Commission for Wednesday, October 4th, 2023 to order. If you would rise and join me in the Lord's Prayer and pledge, please. Our Father, who art in heaven,
Hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not to temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever. Amen.
Richard, would you lead us in the pledge, please?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Those doors. I don't know how to work my computer, so. Okay. Was there anyone signed up to speak? Okay, is there any, are we on Zoom? Anyone on Zoom wish to speak publicly? Anyone on Zoom wish to speak publicly? Good. Okay. 9:05 funding request. American Legion or the VFW, I'm sorry. Sorry, excuse me. Sure. Greenberg.
Thank you. The VFW would like to request $2,500 for our Veterans Day Parade, which will be held on November the 10th, a Friday before the 11th, because it's a federal holiday. And so we're all setting up, and also we will provide meals for veterans and anybody that's associated with the parade. We also are in the process of trying to replace all the flags that are in the city limits that we have along the parade route. And the money will go for that also. And also we hand out usually some pins to veterans and some flags and that type of
You
thing.
still doing the dinner, Coach?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes,
let's go ahead and I'll make the motion to give you the $2,500.
appreciate that.
Thank you, sir.
The motion's been made to give the $2,500 as requested. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay, hearing none, motion carried.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
We appreciate that.
Okay, B, Fort New Salem Foundation. Soon, that's why Larry's here.
Madam President, you each have a packet that Mr. Ryan has provided for us.
Good morning. Thank you for allowing us to come and talk with you this morning. I'm representing Fort New Salem. I've been honored and proud to serve as a Board of Directors member for Fort New Salem Foundation since 2010. And I even roped my wife into becoming the chairman of the Friends of the Fort. She serves on the board as well, but she joined 2011. Like most organizations that had public participation, the pandemic wasn't easy on us. Before the pandemic, the last opening that we had was in 2019. We had all of our events, and Spirit of Christmas, which is our largest event throughout the year, we set a record that year. We had over 3,700 people in those 4 days. The success to that record was the county commissions helped us to fund the shuttle buses that would run the people backwards and forwards. The parking lot at Fort New Salem can accommodate safely about 30 cars. Salem University has been very gracious to allow us to use their upper parking lot as a overfill area. And if a normal crowd is 500 to 600 people a day. So, we have a lot of cars we have to park. So the shuttle buses are a big help and is a must to make it success, because like everybody else, or like me anyway, I don't do a bunch of exercise, so I'm not going to walk down the road. In 2020 and 2021, we were not open at all to the public, had no public participation at all. It was closed because of the pandemic. We did have Spirit of Christmas in the mountains on 2020 and 2021, but it was virtual. It was live streamed on YouTube, Facebook, and anything that we did, it was like the Christmas tree. And there was volunteers from the fort. You can use it on Facebook, you see everybody with pants. We opened up in 2022 only for one event, and that was Spirit of Christmas in the Mountains. And that was, we had only open for 2 days. A lot of the volunteers got a little age on them, and they were still feared with the pandemic, so they basically, were open for 2 days, and we had those 2 days 590 participants. This year we have opened up for 2023. We have opened up for the whole year, and you'll see in your packet towards the end the remaining events that we've got scheduled for this year. That's the Salem and Apple Butter Festival. Festival people have asked us to join forces with them. That we'll have a booth at the festival, and then we'll also open the fort up. In years past, we haven't had it open during the festival. This year, they asked us to open it up, and we will make apple butter there, and all the cabinets will be open, and all the permutations. The new event this year is, for Fall Day, and it's mostly for kids. I won't go into a lot of detail, but it will be pumpkin painting, face painting, candle making, corn maze, so forth and so on. So, then Spirit of Christmas, and I'm sure some here today, is asking your help so we can make, return in 2023 successful. We have had a number of people contact us on our website personally. Please have Spirit of Christmas. It's something that they look forward to. And we've had people from outside of the state. We have 2 churches in southwestern Pennsylvania that has asked for them to be open to bring part of their congregation down. Not everybody, part. They've been here before. They like what's happening. So basically, we're asking for buses. Buses run every 10 to 15 minutes. There are 14 passenger bus with handicap lifts, and they make the circuit from the Fort parking lot to Salem University parking lot and back. And they are there from noon to 7. And each bus is $1,200 a day. We use 2 buses for 4 days, so we're asking $1,400 to help us. 2 other points real quickly. Port of Salem is 100% volunteer. There is no paid positions at the port. All that happens at the port is 100% volunteer. We opened up this year to do school tours again. We've done 4 so far this year. We've got 2 more scheduled before it gets too cold. Gentleman here said his daughter attended last Friday, and we had a little over 50 some 3rd graders attend. So far this year, we've had a little over 200 students come through the port on school tours. So again, we're strictly volunteer. We have what we call the Friends of the Fort, roughly 50 people. And Friends of the Fort are asked to do help with different, like the school tours, different events, and do different things. Basically, we kind of talented up a few years ago. The volunteers, the hours they put in, they do about 7,000 volunteer hours a year. So that's not only at the events, it's during the day cutting grass, repairing buildings, sweeping the floors, and so forth and so on. So our only income to the fort is gate receipts, and basically we're here asking for $4,800 for buses. And then I'll answer any questions.
Anybody have any questions?
No, man. Move to approve $5,000.
Motion to approve $5,000 for the Fort New Salem. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carried.
Thank you so very much, because we want to get back to full swing, and this will help us. Have all the good start for a new year, 2023. Spirit of Christmas has been across all city. Spirit of Christmas, it's been for us because Fort New Salem in 2005 at 7 o'clock, December the 24th, Salem TPO deeded the property to Fort New Salem Foundation. So, that deed was $1 earnest money, and, that came with all the cabins and 23 acres. So Christmas makes a little fluctuate.
Is the old school completely torn down now?
The Salem College, administration building, it's got only the arch for me.
Good.
And, yeah, one thing I like.
You already promised.
What about is that how Fort New Salem Foundation came to be? Salem PTO had indicated that they were out soliciting bids for a dozer, push all the log cabinets into a pile and throw a match on. When that hit, Dr. Badia, which is Mohammed, was there in Salem. Walter Williams, which was the Stephen and Johnson, John Call, which ended up being the federal magistrate, Willie Parker, or excuse me, Willie Luchenhouse and Kevin Fluharty got together and started negotiating with the college. This is how it came about. So in Christmas holds a
Special meeting,
special meeting.
little
for
extra
people.
special meeting.
Yeah,
What's a nice event? I've been there and it's very nice.
and we keep trying to add stuff. So you're not coming back to the same thing each time, so. But we're trying.
Thanks, Larry.
Thank you so much. Thank you so very much.
Thank you.
for that. Just made me hero when I text Dr. Ron.
Am I hearing feedback from somewhere?
It's from Johnny inside the room.
What? It's not, okay,
It's him.
okay.
He's hearing us and we're hearing what he's
Okay,
hearing.
I just wanted to,
Maybe we need to probably
Figure out what-
invest in some
figure out
headphones
what
for
was going on.
Johnny when he's sitting in there. Johnny, did you hear that? Headphones.
no, that's all right. I just wondered where it was coming from. That's all. Okay, number 2, consent agenda. What's the pleasure?
Move to approve.
Motion to approve the consent agenda. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any
Aye.
opposed? Hearing none, motion carried. Number 3, payroll change notices A, B, and C. What's the pleasure?
Move to approve A, B, and C payroll change notices.
Motion to approve A, B, and C payroll change notices. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Are there any opposed? Hearing none, motion carried. Number 4, minutes and or amended minutes of previous meetings, A and B.
Laura, did you get your corrections? Are these one
Yes.
of these minutes from last week that you said needed corrected?
Yes, Mr. Spires made the correction that was needed and they are, I reviewed them. They are good.
Okay. Move to approve minutes as presented for A and B.
Motion to approve minutes as presented, A and B. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carried. Number 5, requisitions, purchase orders, invoices as shown on A, vendor list of payments. What's the pleasure?
Motion approved.
Motion to approve the vendor list of payments. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? None, motion carried. Number 6, exonerations, and looks like we don't have any corrected tickets, joint property applications, just A and B, exonerations and joint property as shown on exhibit A and B. What's the pleasure? Motion to approve A and B. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any
Aye.
opposed? None, motion carried. Number 7, consideration of approval of a project fund requisition for the payment of costs associated with the project to be financed from proceeds of Series 2019 bonds issued for the Charles Point Economic Opportunity Development District, Series 2021 A and B, Development District Number 3, White Oaks Number 2, and Series 2008A, Charles Point Number 2, Northland Bay Improvements. We have 3A through C. What's the pleasure? Motion to approve number 7, A through C, correct? Okay. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carried. Okay, on number 8, do we have anything that we need to discuss for the GSA? Is there an update?
No, Madam President.
I think for number 8, and it appears that there's nothing under number 9. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Number 10, review, discuss, consider permission to destroy grant documents that have passed the time of required retention.
Motion to approve destroy the document, which for the record is not ready.
Okay, motion to approve to destroy grant documents. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carried. Number 11, review, discuss, consider utilizing Fuel Man fleet card services for fuel purchases.
Motion to approve. Card services.
Okay, the motion's been made to approve this. I'd like to hear a little bit about it.
Madam President, this all started when we were trying to figure out the bills and everything that we have. Right now, we purchase gas at the Board of Education pumps there in Gore. And so from that, we decided to look into different fuel cards. And I believe Ms. Culkin can speak a little bit more about Fuel Man card itself.
And there's actually, I believe, it's person of our account representative, I think she was on. The UMAN would work, we looked at a bunch of different places, including some local options that want to work out. UMAN would work basically the way it works now, every vehicle would assign a card, every person who drives would see it from within. There would be, I think, some cost savings. I don't think it's going to be an astronomical cost savings because purchases are what they are. The one thing with UN is there's going to be a per gallon discount on diesel and unleaded, which I think will save some money. What we're really getting is one control of everything. We will deactivate the cards, and we can set limits on cards. We can set dates and times that we can use. There's a variety of functions for reporting. It's instantaneous. We can pull the information off immediately if we want to see whatever it is. The other great option is the third page that we have is the Excel spreadsheet. And that is the list of the fuel in here in the county where the card can be used. And there are a lot. And I think that would be a great option, especially for the deputies who are around town. These cards can also be used statewide, they can be used nationally, they can be used regionally. We have that control of how far, how wide, that would be. And see, the one thing I will say this.
I hit it.
The one thing we will have to be conscious of is a pretty quick payment turnaround. Serena, for a phone call and for this, we generally do charge late fees and interest, but I believe that those are account set, those do not come. We would have to pay in 30 days though, so we might want to think about doing that through the end of our funds transfer. But other than that,
You mean just an automatic payment?
right, exactly. Or like we would control it, we wouldn't have to set it up to automatically do it. We would have, and whoever it is that does that, go in and make that payment once a month. That was, the process of them getting a check that gets mailed to them, that type of thing, so. But that's what if there are any other questions.
I'm just, what's fuel cost difference?
Well, I don't, what do we think out of our goals on now?
Our bills, it all depends on what the price per gallon is that they get from Brewster Mills right now.
Right, and I don't, correct me if I'm wrong, but my understanding that right now, there's not a discount off those costs, is that correct?
If my understanding, there is really a discount.
On the fuel man, there would be, I think it starts at 80 cents per, it's 8 cents per unleaded and 4 cents per diesel.
Was that based upon what that station's charging for gasoline, or is that? And do we not get back some?
we get back taxes at the end of the year on our fuel purchase?
Well, we used to, when we were paying Brewston ourselves, but, since the whole billing that we've had to work out with the Board of Education, they bill us. So in turn, they'll be paying the Brewston bill, so then they will get those taxes back, is my understanding.
This really, I think this exercise that we went through is really just to provide potential additional options. So that the employee wouldn't have to go to one place if they were out and about.
Well, they go other places when they're out and about anyways now. And they use their credit card from the bank. Why would we not get taxes back? Is my first question. And is this fall under to be bid out due to the amount we spend?
So we would go through a government cooperative like Sourcewell, this one's called Avia, and all. When you go through a cooperative like that, everything is already vetted. So you don't, government agency doesn't have to do the big process.
Who said it didn't have to be done?
Sure.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's on the, there are several, we already belong to one, and it's Sourcewell. And we actually, it's a government cooperative, if there's, there's several out there. And the way it goes, they do the vetting, that's a whole other, you know.
Yeah, but we need to know.
But it's, yeah, they do the vetting so that we don't, and it's all available online, if you go on and look at, when we go on Sourcewell, look at something, you can see the contracts of what other companies have put in for their bid to do a certain, you know, service or purchase, whatever it is, and then the cooperative picks based on price, based on whatever they say they're gonna do, which one is the best, and they've been given the authority to do that through government. through the federal government.
Rocky, what do you do with your assessors? Do they go over to the county garage or do they have cards? Okay. So when they go in and let's just say you pull into a gas station that allows you to get gas, can they also purchase a car wash? Can they do other things from that pump?
We can set cards, whatever we want to allow, so the answer would be no, if you don't want them running in to get a Diet Coke or getting a car wash, or yes, if that's something.
Right, do you have any?
I will, I'm sorry, I didn't review, there are, the Marion County Commission actually uses.
My only question was, does Fuelman integrate with the new auditor software for expense tracking? I don't know if we've enrolled in that yet at the county level, but a lot of the local municipalities have. I know some municipalities also use Fuelman and they seem happy with the service which it provides, but that was just a practical question which I had.
I know we were working on that. We,
Not for Open Gov. The auditor was in the process of developing software for expense tracking and monitoring for public entities in West Virginia. And they have some pilot entities which are enrolled in that process.
we talked about that.
We talked about it some time ago.
Yeah.
But I don't think we've ever rolled it out.
And they were supposed to, I think, come back to us. And we haven't heard about them. Okay, where we left it, that's what I thought.
That's what I remember, I was on that.
Yeah, we were.
That's, I'm not pushing for or against, it's just because of what went on last summer and. thought maybe-
I mean, is this a backup or are we not gonna use the board's pumps or are we using both?
It would be my recommendation, whether we use this as a primary or the school boards as a primary, we keep the other as a backup. Then that way, if the fuel pumps are down at the county garage, that we have another option. I mean, ideally, I would like to see Fuelman be the primary and the Board of Education be the backup. And I believe in my conversations with people from the school board, that would be their preference as well, if possible.
They're tired of form, so. We just went through a nightmare,
But
or
I'm
they just went through it.
speaking not from the school board as a department head. You know, it's proper for me when our comps are down. We finally got P-cards for home incarceration because they were paying out of their own pocket, didn't have a way to do it. So this would be much easier for us. They can fuel it rather than driving to one place that's, I mean, honestly, the way those pumps work, they're down a lot. That's just my look. That's summer you're talking about when pumps go down.
No. I don't think so. I believe the situation we're referring to is when we had,
There was a billing.
was a billing issue.
I just want to say when the pumps go down, I have tax exempt for seniors. Yeah. I think that's fair. It's happening. Place.
I mean, because deputies are the ones that would primarily be out of town and need to use them. So most of these places are out of town.
No,
They
that's.
should be able to use this. No, but I mean, BFS Foods, would they be, if BFS Foods takes it here, are they gonna take it in Charleston?
They are, and there's
Or
actually.
Wheeling?
We would regulate what things have on their phone, but you want to ask them a phone app that tell you where you are closest, you know, are they available?
Because I think those
But the answer
would
is
affect them the
basically
most.
yes, but and it's not just those in other areas, we like Wawa and, you know, the other things like that outside of.
Something about that. Okay, any more questions? Any more discussion? Okay, the motion's been made to accept this type of payment or go move forward. All in favor signify by saying aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carried. Review, discuss, consider annual appropriation request for tax year 2022 submitted by Pratt and Whitney Engine Services, Inc.
So this is the same as last week. Last week was for the tax year 2023. This is for tax year 2022 because they originally didn't get us a notarized copy, so we could not submit it. So it's a portion of their taxes due to the Series 800 engines, part of the equipment and stuff to go along with that for the agreement we made in 2020.
What's the pleasure?
Move to approve.
Motion to approve number 12, the appropriation request. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carried. Number 13, review, discuss, consider supplemental insurance plan from Bearing Advisors, potential executive session pursuant to 69A4B9 to consider matters involving or affecting the purchase, sale of, or lease of property, advanced construction planning, the investment of public funds, or other matters involving commercial competition, which, if made public, might adversely affect the financial or other interest of the county. What's the pleasure?
I just have a couple questions for me. If you want to go into executive session to discuss them, or we can discuss them in public. It's up to you all.
I'm fine with in public as long as it's not anything that.
Anything that's not.
Well, I mean, it doesn't involve any of what we just said, and I don't know that it will. And it,
Is Mr. Matheny or anyone here from?
I make a motion to go into executive session.
motion's been made to go into executive session. Any discussion?
Before I say no to that, our point of last meeting was for everybody to get together with them this week before this meeting. Did anybody do that?
I think the point where we're at the moment, Patsy, is there are outstanding claims, and I don't know, nobody's been able to answer if we have formally written this company and terminated the project. We have employees that think they have this insurance and have filed claims. And I don't know where we stand legally, if we're responsible for those claims. Because our employees that think we've collected the money and paid, so. I would like an answer on all those things. I really don't care if we continue it. I'm worried about our present liability because we have people who think they have the insurance. And I don't know if we put notice out to all the parties involved that say that back when this was stopped, that it was stopped. Because the employees were told that their paychecks wouldn't change. So I don't know if they've not noticed that they don't have the insurance. So I'm a little concerned where we stand as far as liability goes.
Well, my understanding is one claim was not paid, so I question whether they've all been paid. I don't know. And I believe Laura sent something out to the elected officials and also sent something.
So I did send an email to both the company, and let them know that we would not be proceeding. And I contacted each of the elected officials to make their employees aware that we were not moving forward with this program, that there were too many issues.
And this is a mute issue, and what we need to do then is just simply allow our employees to, our finance department is not gonna handle this through their pay and move on from this, because this company's gonna move on to other counties. We want them to move on to other counties if they want to. So this is just a dead issue. But what you have to do, Laura, is every employee that has this or has agreed to this needs a letter, a formal letter that we are not gonna participate in this from this point on, from our financial paycheck standpoint from the finance department, ran by the clerk. But they have to be informed. Commissioner Hinkle's right. They can't be up in the air. Maybe they do or maybe they don't. They need to know we do not participate in this period. No vote needs to be taken. It's a dead issue, but no vote was ever taken to implement. We're voting to kill something we never implemented. But they need to know we're not going to participate. It's as simple as that. This is dead.
I don't disagree with you, Patsy. I just would like to know if we're liable for any of this.
Premiums accepted by the company, do we know?
We have never paid any premiums to the company whatsoever. And I do know one of the employees, this person filed a claim and which entitled to receiving benefits back, but because there's no premiums that have ever been collected. Now this goes back to premiums from like November, December timeframe. They told this individual that they would pay the claim, but that person had to pay all the back premiums, which was over $1,000. And that individual said no.
Well, this is the case when Commissioner Hinkle and I are 100% on the same page. And let me share with, I talked to one of our department heads who's in here right now. The last thing I want to happen, and this letter needs to go out yesterday. And the reason is because if somebody does pass, I don't want a deceased family to think that their funeral is going to be paid for with money they think's coming. We need to let them know now, we do not have any participation in this whatsoever, and to then look in other areas that we offer or reach out to something on a personal level. But we're not going to participate in this program, allow this company to move on from us to their next endeavor. So it's as simple as that. There's no action to be taken. The only action taken is for you and your administration to get with his employees, your employees, all our employees, and anyone else that this is dead. We're not going to participate. But don't let somebody think that there's money coming that is not. That's cruel. And it is a lawsuit in my mind, because I would be asking, what are you talking about? So, see what I'm saying? Okay, that's all. I know extra required. Other than information.
Very ready, go on the record. Support Mr. Treecost and what he said, because I feel the same way. I think employees have been going around here thinking that they have benefits and they haven't.
Yes, and there's too many benefits out there for them to be sitting on this when they can jump on whatever they want and do their own homework. And we do offer other benefits from it that we've offered since I've been a commissioner. Okay.
Move on to 14, administrators report.
I don't have any, Madam President.
Number 15, commissioner comments. Mr. Pinkle,
Oh, ma'am.
Mr. Treehouse. I have nothing.
Motion adjourned.
Motion to adjourn. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? No, motion carried.